Hello everyone and welcome. Oh, the TV's on. Hold on. Ha. I'm back. Welcome to Tarot Between Sisters. I like the sound of that too. Tarot Between Sisters. It's a long time coming, this channel. Like, we tried it before and it just, I don't know, things weren't aligning, things weren't whatever. And now it is. Okay, I need to also show you. Okay, I'm gonna get up again. This is real life, baby. Real life. I got this new crystal, Scolecite, yesterday. Look at this. Like, I have no words. It is just the coolest little crystal. So Scolecite. So I'll read what this is. Scolecite helps one to realize subtle messages from the inner self and from higher sources. It enhances the lucid or the dream state, facilitating dream recall, lucid dreaming, and spiritual communication. So I was totally drawn to that because with the mediumship that I'm developing, it's very subtle. Like, there's a lot of subtleties to it. And I've expected it to be this dramatic thing, like, oh my God, I've got your mother here. And like, I've expected it to be so in my face that I haven't been watching or paying attention to the subtleties of it. And actually one of my teachers right now, he said that he thinks that actually subtleties is where mediumship sits. And so it's funny, I got this crystal yesterday and then I had my course last night, and he was talking about subtleties and how it's actually takes less energy to communicate subtly, and so it's easier communication because it doesn't expend as much energy. So it was kind of cool to get his take on that, because like I said, I've always expected it. And then I've kind of thought like, oh, I'm not doing it good enough because I'm not getting it like so profoundly. And he's like, actually, no, he notices that the more he goes with mediumship, the more subtle his messages are. So that was a cool little thing to learn. And I think the theme of that whole thing is self-doubt. So I wouldn't be surprised if some stuff came up about self-doubt here, because I know that if something doesn't happen the way I expected, I immediately internalize it and go, oh, I didn't do something right. And that's not true. Again, like going off of judgments, that's a judgment I'm making on myself. I don't have all the information in this reading. So let's break apart a mediumship reading. There's the sitter. There's the person that's coming through to communicate to the sitter. There's the medium that communicates the message coming from the person coming through. But there's also like spirit guides, and there's a whole bunch of other aspects in that other dimension that I don't know and I can't see. So it's amazing how I'm just so quick to judge myself and deem myself unworthy for this situation that didn't happen the way that I expected it to, or that I decided, okay, if it doesn't happen, like it has to happen exactly like this or else it was a failure. Well, how do I know? So I'm appreciative of this channel because I think there's going to be a lot of this too, like what I'm working through in my own personal life, and then what can help other people to kind of let you guys know that it doesn't deem you unworthy, or it doesn't make it that you need to doubt yourself or that you have failed. It doesn't have to be that way. That's how we perceive things, and then we just judge things so quickly, which is ego. That is total ego. Total ego. And as the channel goes, we'll define what ego is more, because I know a lot of people don't really know what the ego is. And so if you don't know what the ego is, how do you know that you're there, right? How do you know that you're thinking with the ego? You don't. So, all right. Oh, my nose. Okay, third time getting up from this, and then we're going to get to the cards. I'm still talking though, so technically I am still making a video right now. I'm talking this whole way through. Oh my God, I was talking, oh, I'm Lady Phoebe, by the way, and I was talking to Lady Tabs, and I was like, you know, I don't want to do a lot of editing. I want it to be like real life videos. And this, I don't know if you can get more real life. Okay. So this is a general message just for what people need to hear. I know what I talked about in the beginning is part of that message. So we technically started the reading however long ago, right? Okay. So first we got 10 of Cups. And then we got Seven of Swords. So I feel that this Ten of Cups, like Ten of Cups is like sublimely emotionally happy, right? It's 10, it's completion. It's, you are just, your cups are full. They're running over. You love your family. You love, like, there's just so much of this feeling of love. And the Seven of Swords normally can mean that there's like a thief in your camp, right? And it's coming in and it's taking things and it's thieving things. But in this thing, I'm actually getting the opposite. Just going with that other card, I feel that you are allowing things that don't serve this outcome to go away. And so it's almost like you are deciding, you know what, you can take those swords. Like if you look at those 7 swords, these two, it's like a sifting through of your life. So these 5 swords are anger, jealousy, betrayal, heartbreak, guilt. And you're saying, you know what? You've come to take these things. So it's like almost like this is like spirit, right? You're communicating with spirit and you're like, you know what? You came to take these things for me. I'm going to let them go. I don't want them anymore. They're not serving me. You're actually recognizing what doesn't serve you. And you're putting pieces together that before seemed in the dark. And now you're like, no, I'm taking stock. I'm actually taking ownership of my thoughts and of my actions. And I'm realizing that these do not serve my purpose. So I'm going to let you take those. And then what's left after is love and gratitude. That's what I just heard. Love and gratitude. And those are the ones that you want. Because if you don't have love, I don't care what else you have. If you don't, in my experience, if you don't have love, all of that other stuff is wasted. Because if you don't have love and gratitude that you can appreciate what you have, you got nothing. You got nothing. You got nothing. So let's see. So this is actually like going off of what, oh, I knew this was going to come out. I knew it. So I did some tapings yesterday to upload here and I just wasn't feeling it. It just like, you know what? Something's not like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So I stopped it and that's okay. Sometimes you're just not feeling stuff. But I got the 8 of Cups and then Lady Tabs in her reading got 8 of Cups. And so I am not surprised that the 8 of Cups came out. And again, with what was I saying? The internal inventory, which was what Lady Tabs was saying last night. You are doing inventory of yourself. And you are sorting through and sifting through and walking away or letting spirit take them away from you. And you're like, this is not serving me. I don't want this anymore. You're taking ownership of your thoughts, of your actions. You're not blaming other people before. I did that other video where you're like, so it's funny, in 2 days, how this general message, and now different people are going to listen to different videos, whatever. If this resonates, it is for you and it is timeless. There's no, I filmed this today. You could watch it 3 years from now. When you're meant to see something and you're meant to get recognition or some sort of confirmation of what you're doing, you will see this video. But it's just such a great way of spirit saying you're doing the work that you're supposed to do. Because when we just come to this dimension and we get caught up in the waking up, going to work, making money, eating supper, eating lunch, eating breakfast, fighting with my wife, fighting with my kids. Like when you get in that mode of that's all that you're doing, and then you go to bed and you're exhausted, and then you wake up and your alarm clock, and and you wake up and you do the whole thing over again. And there's no time that you actually stop and do your inventory. That's a waste of time, because time is meant for inventory. Time is meant for us to look in and deem the guilt and the fear as false. That is not my reality. That is not who I am. So I'm going to take away, I'm going to let those go, and I'm going to keep what I want afterwards. I'm going to keep what the truth is, which is love, gratitude, oneness. Like, that is such a cool reading. And in fact, I can even take this reading onto me. Like, I'm going to take this for my own growth and confirmation of what I've been doing in the last 2 weeks consistently. In the last 2 weeks, I have really buckled down in the sense of taking ownership of what I think. Because I do have loving thoughts and I do forgive and I do all this stuff, but then I also let my mind run wild for, I don't know, like 23 hours a day. It just goes. And then what happens when you have a accumulation of negativity and guilt and fear, that then shows itself in how you feel. And so I've been really understanding that how I feel is a direct result from what I think. And so if I want to feel better, I have to think better. So I've been really running through my thoughts, and really, when I start to feel bad, I go, okay, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? And I run through what I've been thinking, and I was like, oh, well, I've been telling myself I'm not good enough. I've been telling myself that you need to feel guilty about this. I've been overthinking conversations like, oh, when I said this, I really hope that they didn't get this from this. The person I was talking to, they're not going through the conversation going, you know, when Phoebe said this, I really felt this way about it. No. So I'm like driving myself crazy. So in the last 2 weeks, maybe even, I don't know, 1 week maybe? I don't know, it feels like 2 weeks. I've been doing a lot of sorting. I've been buckling down and going, okay, I feel this sort of way. I feel this anxiety. I feel this doubt. I feel this fear because I am letting my thoughts create that. So if I want to feel joy, and if I want to feel light, and I want to feel happiness, well, then I have to go into my thoughts and deem the thoughts that take me anywhere but happiness as untrue. If I'm not experiencing happiness and joy, then I am thinking a thought that is not true. I'm thinking a thought that is not true. And so I need to go back to my thinking and find those thoughts, and with Spirit's help, guidance, and say, Spirit, help me. This is not true. And Spirit goes, you're right. I will take that from you. Let me take that from you. And then I go, okay. And this is a continuous thing. Like, this is not something that like, oh, I was feeling fear once and Spirit, can you take it from me? And then they go, yes. And I go, oh my God, I have no more fear. Because there's continually things that the ego will bring up to you to make you believe in fear again. So you have to continually choose against it until the final time that I've chosen against it so many times, I have forgiven it so many times that it is gone. And that's what I'm working towards. And that's what this reading is saying, that's what you're working towards too. And it's saying that you're accomplishing it. So keep going, and I will too. And we're going to keep growing and going together. And then we can all experience this sublimely happy state, which is our natural inheritance. This sublimely happy, peaceful state, that's our natural inheritance. That's who we really are. Everything else that we experience that isn't in line with this is false. Straight up false. Oh, that feels just lovely. That feels lovely. So I think I'm going to end it there, and it's 13 minutes in. So I was like, oh, I'll do like a quick 5-minute thing. I never do a quick 5-minute anything. So I say that a lot too, so we're just gonna have to get used to it, okay? Have a fantastic day. I also want to say we heal together or not at all. So any healing I do, you get to reap the benefits. Any healing you do, I reap the benefits, because we're all one. So it affects the oneness. It will affect everyone. So I just want to say thank you from me to you for the healing that you're doing, because I get to reap the benefits of it. And I'm just excited about moving forward. It's a great time to be alive. Choose love again, and be compassionate to yourself and be compassionate to others. Mwah!